Let's talk about 7 stupid putting mistakes I used to make until I got tired of 3-putting like a dummy. Listen, great putters aren't magical. They just don't make these 7 stupid mistakes that we're going to talk about in this video. The thing is, these 7 stupid mistakes aren't earth-shattering or probably even anything super new, but continuing to make them is just plain dumb. So let's go through these and get that fixed and have you rolling putts like you mean it and making more. Let's jump right into mistake number 1. So this is the clubhouse, and this is the first tee. And right between the clubhouse and the first tee is the practice green. And it blows my mind how many times people go play golf and they don't spend at least a few minutes on the practice green working on speed. Now, you're not here before your round to practice putting or work on changing your stroke or your grip or anything like that, but you ought to go out and spend 4 or 5 minutes to get a feel for the speed of the greens on that day, on that course. You can, in 5 minutes on the practice green, get what would take you 6, 7, 8 holes on the course to get down. I promise you, just doing that will knock several strokes per round off of your score because you'll make more putts. So eliminate that mistake. Spend a few minutes on the practice green, at least getting a feel for the speed. I got lots of videos on what I do pre-round to do that. Stop making that mistake. Huge mistake I see a lot of golfers making is not getting proper nutrition. You need your food on the golf course. So this video is sponsored by HONU Black Edition. There's a discount code on the screen that'll save you 15% off if you try it. And here's why you should. It's a full meal. All the vitamins, nutrients, protein, carbohydrates, dietary fiber, everything you need for a well-balanced diet in a full, drinkable meal. You know, it's over 100 degrees lots of days here in Las Vegas, and we play super early. That means I don't have time to prepare a meal, but I've got to have my nutrition, my protein, and I don't do like I used to do when I weighed 386 pounds and go to the drive-thru. I use the HONU Black Edition drinkable because it's a full meal. It gets me everything I need before I go and play golf, and it's less expensive than even going to that drive-thru junk food. Under $5 a meal before the 15% discount. I have no idea why in the world you wouldn't take my advice and give this a try. You'll love it. Second big mistake I see an awful lot is golfers taking a backstroke that's much shorter and a longer follow through. And so their stroke looks like this. They'll set up and they'll take a backstroke and then a big follow through. Now I understand what you're trying to do. You're trying to accelerate through the ball because people have joked at you about your purse getting in the way or calling you lady names or making fun of you when you leave putts short. I get that. You don't want to do that. But the problem is no good putting coach is ever going to tell you to accelerate through the ball, because then you're hitting it instead of rolling it, and because it's also very hard to control speed and distance that way. I like to think of it in terms of dead acceleration. And what I mean by that is you're moving the putter back and through at a consistent tempo. And so ideally, in a perfect world, the putter would go back and through the same exact distance. But something happens. The ball gets in the way. There's a collision with the ball. And if you take it back and through approximately the same distance, then that collision with the ball is going to slow down the through stroke, and it will be slightly less. I'll promise you, you'll control speed and distance much better if you'll think about rolling the ball, and I'm going to try to go back and through at about the same distance. And if I have a longer putt, I don't go through further. I take it back further and let this natural flow happen. You try that, you really work on that, and this is one of the things that I struggle with the most, but it's huge to helping you control speed and distance. Don't take a short backstroke and a long through stroke. Back and through, you're trying to feel like it's the same distance. The putter will naturally accelerate enough until it makes that collision, the ball will slow it down. You'll see your speed and distance control improve a lot, and it takes no skill, no fine motor movements with your hands or arms to control the putter that way. It just happens naturally. Smart way to do it. Third dumb mistake I see a lot of golfers make is not taking advantage of the opportunity to mark and clean their golf ball on the green. The putting green is one of the only places on the golf course that it's always legal for you to pick up your ball and clean it. And it's been proven that dirt and grit, even grass stains on the ball, affects the roll of your putt. Why wouldn't you take advantage of this free opportunity to clean your ball and get it where it's going to roll smooth and consistent? By the way, here I'm using the BIRDIE Rag Pro, which is a towel that I invented. Nice towel, big magnet, way to clip over your club head or something like that so you never lose it. Magnet stays with you and has this amazing little pouch that I use to clean my ball. But take advantage on the course of the opportunity to lift, clean, and place your ball before you stroke a putt. You'll make a lot more that way. Fourth dumb mistake that I see lots of golfers make is an inconsistent putting routine. You need to have the same putting routine every time, and I'm not going to belabor that point here. It's the first 11 lessons in my online putting course, How to Putt the Right Way. We cover it often on the channel, but same routine every time trains your brain. Oh, I'm putting. I do this, I do this, I do this. You'll find that you'll make a lot more that way. I am going to give you two things that you ought to add to your routine if you don't already do these. Number one is a practice stroke. If you take a practice stroke, I sometimes do, sometimes don't. If I'm longer than 15 feet, I will. If I'm shorter, I usually don't. But if you take a practice stroke, do it while looking at the hole. Maybe you do your practice stroke beside the ball, and that's okay. I do mine from behind, doesn't matter. But I do it while looking at the hole instead of the ball. And I'm thinking, okay, that's enough to get it a quarter of the way there. That's enough to get it half, 3/4. Yeah, about that far back and through to get it all the way to the hole. But I'm doing a practice stroke with purpose, and the purpose is to get a feel for the speed and distance I want to roll the ball. Second thing I want you to add to your practice stroke is imagine the hole like a clock face. 12 at the top, 6 at the bottom, 3 and 9 on the sides. And then as part of your routine, visualize the ball going in the hole at a specific time. I'm going to do a real fast walkthrough of my routine here so you understand exactly what I'm talking about. So I have a routine for reading the green. I finished that. I've got my green read. I know the line. I know where I want to start the ball outside the hole. I've traced that back to an intermediate target about 9 inches out in front of my ball. That's the end of my green reading routine. Now it's time to putt. I do the same thing every time. Stand on that line, look at my intermediate target, come in from behind, set the putter head down on that. Now I'm checking my eye position relative to the ball. My feet, are they the right distance from the ball? Is everything square, putter face square to that line? Knees, hips, shoulders square to that line. Look at the hole one last time to think about distance. Trace the line from my target beside the hole all the way back to my intermediate target, then to the ball, pull the trigger. And that one just barely went in, but it did go in. Have a consistent routine. It'll help you make a lot more putts. Number 5 on the list of dumb things I see golfers do. This one is a crime. It should have mandatory jail time with it because it's that criminal. And you all know what it is. So you have a long lag putt and you're happy with it. It's okay. And you walk up here and you go, oh guys, let me go ahead and get this one out of the way. And you miss it. And then you're like, ah, darn, and now you've 3 or 4 putted. Don't be that guy. We've even seen this happen over the years on the tour. And the guys, when they do that, will 3-putt or 4-putt. Or in one instance, Ernie Els had a 7-putt doing that. Don't be that guy. Take every putt seriously. You don't have to drag it out and be slow about it, but take it seriously. Do a green read, go through your routine, set up, roll the ball in the hole. 6th dumb mistake I see an awful lot is missing free green reads. Now I know, we all know if somebody else is putting on or near our line and they're putting before us, we like to watch them and see that we take advantage of that free green read. But what about the free green read that you get when it's your turn to putt and you hit it 2 or 3 feet past? We miss that because we're so busy going, oh man, we're not paying attention. But yet, we missed an opportunity to see exactly how that ball rolled going from the hole to where it is, which gives us a perfect read from where it is back to the hole. Don't miss out on that free green read. Also take advantage of the free green reads that you get when you're pitching or chipping up to the green or playing a bump and run. Watch how the ball rolls instead of being frustrated with the stroke you missed. You'll find that you'll make a lot more of those comeback putts if you'll take advantage of that free green read. And I'll bet you that a lot of you are missing that right now. Mistake number 7 that I see is managing expectations. I've got an 8-footer here. Now tour pros, the guys who play golf for a living, practice putting 2 hours every day, make less than 50% of these. And yet I'm guilty of, and I know a lot of you are guilty of, thinking, oh, I should make this every time, and you get mad if you miss it. No, you should focus on the putt. You should try to make it, but you should realize there's less than a 50% chance of this going in if I'm at the top of my game. And so what I want to do is try to make it, but I'm not going to be upset if it doesn't go in. Okay, I made that one, but let's say I missed it. Does that matter that much? Yeah, maybe if the putt counts for something or whatever, but it should not matter so much. I have to set my expectations so that if I don't make that, I'm still not gone out of my mind, out of my head, and then miss the next one, and it affects me on the next tee shot and ruins my game. I cannot tell you how many strokes the average golfer loses because they have unreal expectations on the putting green, and then that gets in their head and they're mad, and the self-talk in here just goes crazy. I'm going to help you a lot with that. I'm going to put in the video description the Tour Pro make percentage for putts of various lengths so that you can set a real expectation, and you're over one that's 15 or 20 or 25 feet. Hey, I don't have to make this one. Tour pros only make this one 25% of the time. What I've got to do is get it at least so close that I don't 3-putt. But learning to have realistic expectations and managing those, all of a sudden you're out of your head, you're more calm, you're more relaxed, you feel less pressure. You make more of those putts, plus you have a better attitude for the rest of your round. It'll save you strokes. And again, just like all 7 of these, it requires no special skill, technique, or mastery, just a change in mindset and attitude, which is why I called them stupid mistakes. So be smart and start using the 7 things that we talked about in this video to make more putts. And by the way, be really smart and go ahead and click on that like button, subscribe button, make a comment, share it with a buddy. Check out this video on the screen now, and be sure and check out the HONU products that I mentioned earlier. And until next time, here's to you playing smarter golf and holding more putts.